you take a standing picture of your body, slightly bended knees, how it feels for you in your body now. You notice how it is. Then you slowly organize yourself down on the floor. We are transforming into a worm. This is the worm club. If you are facing the floor, it goes very, very well when you have your helmet, is a recommendation. Pretend now that you are a little worm. A worm don't have hands, arms, legs, or not even a spine. The worm loves the ground. The worm is making itself comfortable in the soil on the ground. The black soil. Because the worm have nothing to move itself with, and the only task it have is to dig the holes and eating the soil and spitting the soil out again. So it's really taking care of everything in the soil. Therefore, the little worm don't need to do anything special except just being a worm. And if you really could let you fall so deep in your imagination of being a worm, you can also imagine that a worm don't count the time. A worm don't have anything it must to do or have to do. The worm is making space inside the ground only when it feels a wish of doing so. So if you are laying here and feeling that you would love to lay and do nothing more, then it is exactly what you are going to do. But if you inside yourself become aware of a wish of moving a little bit forward into the soil. You begin to explore where is this wish living and how could you move your pressure points, or you are a little bit with your mind trying to find out if I'm pressing more with my head, if I'm pressing more with my chest into the ground, if I'm pressing more with my pelvic into the ground, the pubic bone area, or rib cage area, or stomach area. So you begin to feel that you can discover different possibilities of pressing and release into the ground. So you begin like a worm, discover the abilities you do have for a wish of moving. If you are passive in legs and arms because you don't have any, you only have your pressure points into the ground. If you feel that it's impossible of moving forward, you will imagine again that a worm don't even compare its movements with something. It's just moving, and as soon the wish for moving is gone, it's stop moving. Very, very good. You are discovering your wishless moment. That you don't wish for anything. You have your breath, but you have nothing more. You have your weight against the ground, but nothing more. And it's fun. It's completely okay. It's completely fine. And you are laying like this until you really and honestly feel a true wish of discovering movements again without arms and legs, because you are a worm and a worm could use different pressure points. And you know how they do. They expand, press, release, and you begin to explore pressure points, different pressure points. And eventually you have moved 1 millimeter forward or backwards. It doesn't matter, because you are exploring your body and your moving abilities by using different pressure points and different releasing points. And suddenly you don't wish for more. And then you begin to feel that when you do try to move for your wish, or you don't move because this is what you wish, has the same volume. You are not a better worm because you are moving, or you are not a better worm because you are resting. No, you are just fantastic and good enough and have all the place in the world just here in the soil, in your body, and you love to be a worm. When you begin to really feel satisfied and kind of completely all right, you calmly begin to think, how would it be possible for the worm to roll the body maybe to one side? Is it possible at all? How would it be to use pressure points to have the idea of eventually trying to get up? So you are exploring, how would it be? How could I do? How could I make it? Eventually. Somehow come. Into seated. Into seated. Into standing. And this is completely new to the worm. This has never been possible in the evolution, that worms suddenly are able to stand. But we have transformed from a worm into ourself again. Where we have our legs and we have a spine. And you take your inner picture, how it feels towards the ground. And a little bit you walk. It feels almost like being born new. You are very, very careful with your movement. You let your toes searching the ground. And if you don't feel for moving, don't. Can even be that you are wishing that you would rather be a worm again, laying on the floor. This is good. This is nice. And we are calmly moving a little bit our fingers. Open the eyes or coming back and becoming ourselves again, and tell us that now we are a human body. Now we are on our legs. Mm-hmm. Thank you for today, and you stay in this mindset as long as you have time for. If you feel tired, you just drink some tea or water and then go a little bit to a sleep or a little nap if you need. Doesn't matter. Or you use your heavy new feet and discover how happy they are to get a little newborn on the floor. Okay. See you soon.